AT&T spending to hit 6-year highs. It ramps up Ericsson O-RAN. They've been spending a lot of dough. All right, AT&T didn't lie when it said it would reduce its exposure to vendor financing, a curious practice whereby a telco supplier loans money for the rollout of its own product. In the first quarter of 23, vendor financing accounted for nearly a third of the $6.4 billion AT&T poured into CapEx, $2.1 billion quantified. It shrank to $1.6 billion in the subsequent 3-month period, dwindled to just $600 million in the recent second quarter. The operator's latest results show. Unfortunately for vendors, AT&T has not made up the difference. So during the second quarter, AT&T invested $4.9 billion into its network, which was surprisingly low as far as some analysts are concerned. I noticed that with the CapEx at $4.9 billion and all the other factors that went into the quarter, AT&T's stock actually really popped when they reported earnings. And I'm telling you, I think what they were able to do is relax the CapEx, pay down some of the debt, and then I think it helped buoy some of those free cash flows, or else it would have looked worse. See, it's not always as it seems when you're on the outside looking in. The figure is about $1 billion less than AT&T spent a year ago, a drop fully explained by the reduction in vendor financing. Over the first 6 months of 24, AT&T invested just $9.5 billion, which means spending fell by $2.8 billion since the year earlier half. The retreat from vendor financing accounts for $2.3 billion of the decline. Okay, so that's mostly that. Now, they were guiding between like 21 and 22 billion for the year, so they're actually tracking below that. So I'm wondering if they're going to kick up the spending in some way, shape, or form in Q3 or Q4, and then it ends up kind of being a push. Investment cuts are bad news for Ericsson, Nokia. The Finnish vendors aren't happy to hear this. I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad thing for AT&T. I mean, to me, it's just part of the process. AT&T's been trying to find ways to cut costs all the time. Obviously, they're trying to reduce the spend on the network as much as possible, get the most bang for the buck. You guys know that they're turning off radios at night when the capacity isn't required. So they've been doing some cost cutting there. They've been relying on AI to kind of automate a lot of their business processes, customer care and things of that nature. The restructuring costs towards the Ericsson transition from Nokia, that's going on. They've eliminated jobs to the tune of thousands from, coming from last year and into this year. They'll probably cut more jobs as well throughout the rest of this year. I mean, I would be surprised if they didn't. So they'll continue to downsize. Yeah, I don't know. To me, when I look at where AT&T is with their 5G network build, it's not even close to being done. But I think what they want to do is they want to be at a pace that they can live with, that the investor isn't going to overreact to and get angry about. And you saw what happened, a couple of years ago when the stock plummeted. I mean, it's been in a free fall for a while, and now they're starting to get some traction. SMT Nation, it is time for me to introduce to you Aura. Give you guys an incredible suite of cybersecurity protections to keep everything that you do online safe, keeping you safe from identity theft, scams, online threats, including protections for your entire family. They offer pretty much a worry-free trial period. Obviously, the pricing is very competitive, starting at $12 per month. They've got one simple and easy app for you to use. They've got incredible features, $1 million in coverage, 24/7 expert fraud support, transparent pricing, the money-back guarantee at 60 days with a free trial, no strings attached. So with the odds of falling victim to an online crime being 1 in 4, this would change everything. Really should check them out. The financial fraud protection is worth its weight in gold. Help keep your kids protected within boundaries that you set forth for them. Proven to be the fastest, most reliable fraud alert system. And it's as simple as choosing your plan, simply setting up how you're enrolled, and then getting notified for all the things that it's monitoring. Start your free trial now. Use our link. It's down in the description, and it's also here on the screen, aura.com/Sneed. You guys can click the URL. It's hyperlinked down in the description. And again, it's up here on the screen, aura.com/Sneed. Protect yourself from all the digital threats that's out there in the world.